Good morning and welcome to part 2 of USMLE Residency and Match video series. I am Dr. Viswanath Aluru from Ocean Health. I am an attending physician in physical medicine and rehabilitation. So we'll continue with the USMLE performance and residency application in this video also. I want you all to be familiarized with USMLE.org website because it has a lot of resources that you can download. It will give you strategies for preparation. You can also download the simulation software, practice questions, and on the same website you can also apply for step 1, step 2, step 3 examinations as well. And there is another website called NBME, National Board of Medical Examiners, where you can actually do a mock test. It almost resembles like a USMLE test, but I recommend you take this NBME exam like a month before your actual exam, so it gives you a summary of your results and the areas that you need to focus on before you take the final exam. So once you have your step 1 and step 2 score results, especially this is important for international medical graduates or IMGs, because you need to go to ECFMG website, Education Commission for Foreign Medical Graduates, and you have to use your step 1 and step 2 scores to apply for something called ECFMG certificate. So they are going to issue a certification stating that you have actually fulfilled all the requirements for step 1 and step 2, because especially when you're applying for a ACGME accredited American Medical Council accredited residency programs, if you don't upload your ECFMG certificate as an IMG, your application won't even be considered for review. So it's important once you finish your step 1 and step 2 exams for IMGs, you go to ECFMG website, you create your profile and apply for ECFMG certificate, which may take up to 4 to 6 weeks for you to actually receive the physical certificate. So once you have this ECFMG certificate, you can actually go ahead and apply for step 3 exam. As I mentioned in my part 1 video, it's not a criteria to have a step 3 score to apply for a residency program, but again, each and every program have their rules for step 3 completion. Some programs say by the end of first year of residency or second year, but definitely before graduating from residency program, you need to have a step 3 score. So it becomes very difficult once you start your residency to focus on step 3 preparation. So I recommend, if you have some time between interviews and starting your residency year, you go ahead and try to finish this step 3 exam so you don't have to worry about it when you're actually doing your residency program. Now with that information, I want to move into the next topic, which is selecting appropriate residency programs to apply. So how do you select residency programs? Again, I want you all to take this information as a general advice, because each specialty is different and each residency program is different. They have their own criteria. So one important website I want you all to be aware of is called FRIDA Online. It's developed by American Medical Association. It's a great resource for residency applicants. It has all the resources that are absolutely free of cost. You can go over the entire database by specialty, by state. So I highly recommend you start this residency search process like in mid-June. So spend about like 1 or 2 hours every day. You create a spreadsheet by your specialty, by each state, and what are the requirements of each program, like how many like attempts on the exam, or what are the step requirements, how many years from graduation, how many letters of recommendation, what types of clinical rotations they need for application. All these things, you create this spreadsheet so you can go through this spreadsheet and be ready with the programs that you want to apply at least by the mid of August. You need to have this final list of programs by that time, so you are ready to apply for these programs when the ERAS season opens. Let me tell you, there are several like agencies or consultants that will tell you that they are going to place you in the residency programs, that will going to put you in direct contact with the program directors. Please don't listen to these people, because they will charge you hundreds, even thousands of dollars, and the truth is no one is going to place you in any residency program. Even if you know someone in a residency program, the maximum they can do for you is get your application in front of the program director if they haven't already reviewed your application, so they can take a look at your application. But you have to go through this residency application process, ERAS application process, National Residency Match Program, NRMP program. That's the only way you can get into a residency program. And there's also another misconception among applicants that by applying to several programs, their chances will increase. That's not true. If your scores, if your application requirements do not match with the program requirements, they are not even going to take a look at your application. So I highly recommend you do your homework, you prepare your program list by mid of August and apply to those programs selectively. That will increase your chances of interviews, increase your chances of getting into a residency program. Also, I mentioned that 220 to 40 scores in my first part 1 video, they're only arbitrary. Let me tell you that there are 4 different types of programs. There are university programs in university hospitals, and there are university affiliated programs. These are hospitals that have some kind of affiliation with the university. And there are community programs that are smaller hospitals in the community, and there are rural track programs or rural programs in the rural areas. So each and every type of programs have different requirements. Obviously, university programs, they look for higher USMLE scores compared to university affiliated community hospital and rural track programs. So each and every program requirement is different. Don't be under the impression that you need to have like 240 or 260 scores to apply. Even if you have moderate scores like in 200, 210 range, that's why it's important that you do your homework depending on your scores, depending on your experience, your criteria, and select only those programs that you can apply that will increase your chances of getting residency interviews and eventually getting into the residency program. So these are the important things that you have to keep in mind. So prepare for step 1, step 2, and take the NBME mock test before exam. Apply for ECFMG certificate if you are an international medical graduate. Start your residency program search process in June. Prepare your list of the programs that you want to apply based on your criteria, and be ready with the program list by the time the ERAS season opens, I think in mid of September. So you are ready to apply to only those programs, and don't actually fall prey to these consultants or brokers who are going to tell you that they're going to place you in the residency programs. That's not true. So with this, I'm going to end here the part 2 of the USMLE residency and match, and I will see you again in the next video. Good luck.